Hey guys, I'm Vernon Kid here. Welcome back to Non-Comic Lineups. This is episode, what is this, the 9th episode? A few more episodes to I wrap up this season of this pretty cool segment that started out just as a test run. It started out just as a somebody asked me, what a friend of mine, Depuzilla, asked me, and then it kicked off from there. But I'm here to deliver another. It's not necessarily a lineup, but it's more of a. It is kind of, but you get the drift. So we're talking about characters, non-comic characters. Now, as always, what we mean by that, guys, for anybody who is new to this segment, what I mean is characters that are not part of DC, any of the American comic, but I use characters from video games, anime, cartoons, movies, things like that. All right. So that's kind of where I get the where I go with my lineups for new subscribers who never watched my segments. But let's get right into this. So once again, this is from a friend. I'll tell you who her name is at the end. As always, I'm starting to use that a lot. But this is dedicated to Marvel is celebrating the 50th anniversary of S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. has been around now for 50 years. Marvel has been putting out one-shot comics of famous S.H.I.E.L.D. agents or things like that, and that's great. S.H.I.E.L.D. has been around for a long time, and I'm here to talk about that. My non-comic lineup of characters who I feel that could be agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who could be S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. And not talking about the TV show. I'm just talking about characters that could have been non-comic characters that could be S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. And as always, as I like to do with my non-comic line, is give you a little bit of back history on the group or the team or whatever I'm using. And as you all know, S.H.I.E.L.D. First came out around, I believe it was 1960s, with the likes of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created it. I believe it happened in Strange Tales. I believe that was when we first were introduced to S.H.I.E.L.D. But the other thing I had to research was the fact of the what S.H.I.E.L.D. first stood for, and when it was changed, because it got changed in the 1990s. So when S.H.I.E.L.D. first came out, and I originally researched this, it stood for the Supreme Headquarters International Espionage Law Enforcement Division. That was the original, that was the original title for S.H.I.E.L.D. And then it got changed in 1991 to Strategic Hazard Intervention Espionage Logistic Directorate. And of course, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they changed the name to Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logic Division. I wrote that stuff down on my computer. And Logic Division. So it's been changed. But of course, some of the most famous S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, Dum Dum Dugan, Peggy Carter, she was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Nick Fury, of course. Quartermain, Clay Quartermain. Some Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow. Bobby Morris. There's been a lot of famous S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Quake, she was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and of course, as you all know, and there's different divisions of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's a psychic division, a superhuman division, a combat unit division, a and there's other affiliations of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's S.W.O.R.D. There's Armor. There's Hate. There's Euromac. There's all these different divisions. But S.H.I.E.L.D. has been around for 50 years, and congratulations to being around for half a century. That's pretty good. That's really good for S.H.I.E.L.D. But that's just a history lesson. Let's get to my lineup. So I chose 10 non-comic characters. Well, technically, yeah. That I feel that could have made good S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. And I think Nick Fury, Maria Hill, people would have loved to have them a part of their organization. So we're going to do this in alphabetical order, guys. And like I said, I got 10. And let's get to it. So first off, we're going to go with Adam Jensen from Deus Ex. I feel Adam Jensen would make a great S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. I think he would be one of those agents that, you know, is not only would he be good with the cybernetics and things like that, but as one of the lone wolf espionage, like they need him to go in or to proclaim data that is needed, he'd be the one to go in. He's the kind of character that is, if you've played any of the games and you see Adam's personalities, he's pretty much a straight edge guy. You know, he has his demons, but he's loyal to the cause, so to speak. But I could definitely see him being a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. Definitely. So yeah, Adam Jensen, basically. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Cassie Cage. Yeah, Cassie Cage to me could be an excellent S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. I can see definitely Nick Fury, and I'm talking about Nick Fury Sr., really looking at her like, I can take her under my wing. I can see Maria Hill having a lot of faith in Cassie, and even I can even see, in a sense, maybe Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, mentoring her. Cassie is a great character. She has the personality of her dad, looks just like her mom, but she's a straight edge, but she can also be fun, and she tries to keep the espionage also to a minimum of, like, you know, don't always be so serious about everything, and I like that. But she's good at following orders. She's developed herself into quite a good team leader too. And that's, if you've played Mortal Kombat X, you could see it. Like, she really became a good field leader. And yeah, Cassie would make a good S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, definitely. So we move on to next, and of course her best friend, Jacqueline Briggs. Yeah, I would not have Cassie not without Jacqueline. Jacqueline is definitely, she would be kind of like the equivalent of Quake in a little bit, because she wears those gauntlets that give her a little bit extra power, and, you know, but her and Cassie would be a good team up to be. But I definitely see Jacqueline as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent as well. You know, she's got the attitude and the finesse of, once again, I could see, though she's kind of young, but I could see her really impressing her fellow agents in S.H.I.E.L.D. And her and Cassie, they're like this, so it would make no question about it. So yeah, definitely Jacqueline Briggs. Next up is Mr. Joe Musashi from the classic Shinobi series. I learned about, have we ever realized, guys, S.H.I.E.L.D. never had a ninja on and under their ranks. And I always wondered about that. Why S.H.I.E.L.D. never had a ninja underneath their ranks? And Joe Musashi could have been it. Now, why didn't I go with Ryu Hayabusa? I've used Ryu Hayabusa before. I said he could have been a Secret Warrior, I think, when I did Secret Warriors or so. But yeah, Joe Musashi, another famous ninja, video game ninja character, could have made a perfect S.H.I.E.L.D. agent as well. The leader of the Oboro clan of ninja, he could be definitely, as we all know, S.H.I.E.L.D. deals with not just, just regular like Hydra. They also deal with the paranormal and supernatural and, superhuman stuff. Joe would be that guy you could send in there and deal with it as well. So definitely Joe Musashi from Shinobi, definitely. Next up, in my opinion, would probably be the youngest S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and that's none other than Kim Possible. Yeah, you cannot tell me that Kim Possible would not make an excellent S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. I think Maria Hill would really be kind of against it. But if Nick Fury was still director of S.H.I.E.L.D., he'd be all for it. Like, this girl's got skills. She knows what she's doing. I can use someone like that because and she could be like the secret weapon because their enemies, S.H.I.E.L.D. enemies would not expect her to be. She could be their ace in the hole when dealing with agencies like AIM and Hydra and the Secret Society and people like that. So yeah, Kim Possible would make it, but yeah, she would probably be the youngest S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, that's just in my opinion. So next up, believe it or not, S.H.I.E.L.D. has never really had an archer either. Now some would say, but Hawkeye, no. In the comic series, Hawkeye was never a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. His wife, his ex-wife was. He wasn't. But there'd be times where he would lend a hand with S.H.I.E.L.D. But honestly, if I was to do Archer, once again, I can't break up the foursome. And Kun Jin would be that Archer for S.H.I.E.L.D. Once again, you can't break up you can't break up that foursome, that fab foursome that the next gen of Mortal Kombat characters had. And so basically you guys know that Takashi is on this list somewhere, so you're gonna see him too. I know that Kun Jin can be a little bit he can be a little bit cocky, and he can be a little bit of arrogant, a little prick too. And I can know right off the bat, first of all, Maria's not gonna put up with his crap. She would be in Kun Jin's face anytime he thought he was too big for his britches. Same thing with Nick. But Nick Fury would definitely be one of those guys be in your face too, if you need to, because Nick was never afraid to get up in his agent's face if he felt like. Even though Nick Fury was kind of a laid back, kind of James Bond-esque finesse director of S.H.I.E.L.D., but if he got angry, he got angry. You would see it from time to time. So yeah. Kun Jin, definitely. Next up, I think would also make a good S.H.I.E.L.D. agent is Nathan Spencer from Bionic Commando. Would I consider him being a part of like the superhuman division of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Maybe not. But he would also be like a definitely one of their hidden treats because of his bionic arm and what he can do with it. And I can see him doing a lot of solo work as well for S.H.I.E.L.D. I think also S.H.I.E.L.D. would work very hard to reduce the size of his bionic arm, because if you look in the last game he had, his arm was like really huge, and to the point where he had to attach it. It was so clunky. It looked very clunky at times, but when he had to attach his arm and things like that. But Nathan I think would make a good agent as well. It's just he's kind of sometimes one that don't really follow orders too much. So Maria would probably be a little bit like, Spencer, didn't I tell you this? But and he's not afraid to get back in his superiors' faces either. So yeah, definitely. So with Nathan Spencer, guys, I also go to some of some characters that, oh man, if they were S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, they'd be like. So let's start off with some of those characters too. Next up would be Sam motherfucking Fisher. Yeah. Oh my god, yes. Sam Fisher would definitely make a great S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. He would be one of those agents that would be like Nick Fury, going in by himself. He'd be one of the solo acts, and he'd probably have a rivalry with another guy that I'm gonna show you soon after this. But it'd be a friendly rivalry, but it'd be pretty cool to have. But yeah, Sam would definitely be a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent in my opinion. I can also even see him becoming director of S.H.I.E.L.D. too. He's a guy I could definitely see becoming a director of S.H.I.E.L.D. after his time with S.H.I.E.L.D. would be up. Maria or Nathan be like, or Nick would be like, okay, we need the best. We don't need full army going in. We just need one guy. And they would always like pop up there too to do it, and it'd be Sam and the next guy that I'm gonna talk about. So who do we choose? So yeah, Sam would definitely make a good S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Next up, who I feel would be his they would have a friendly rivalry, is Solid Snake. Solid Snake, I think, would be there'd be a rivalry, but also he would be that agent that isn't always called in all the time, but when needed, he's coming. He's like, okay, what's the mission? I'm in. We need the best. And Snake is a one-man army. He gets in and he does his thing, and Sam would also be that one guy. Like, I could see them meeting each other. Fisher, Snake, and they'll go banter about missions they did. You see that mission? That was me. Oh yeah, you see that mission? That was me. I took out a Hydra base just like that. What did you do? Oh, I stopped an AIM. I stopped AIM from taking over Australia or something like that. It'd be fun. I could just see them having like a friendly rivalry at times about who had the better missions and things like that. We'll see what Hill thinks. They'll go to Hill, or if like Nick or somebody, it'd be fun. And Snake is another guy I could see leading S.H.I.E.L.D. And last but not least, like I said, Takashi Takeda. Once again, I could see them being, can't break up the foursome. Takashi, another character that I could see him, if Hill or Fury needed to send in not a big army, just a small squad. Cage, assemble your team. You're going in. Definitely, I could see them going in, and it'd be really cool. The foursome. We just need the foursome. But yeah, Takashi's another guy. He's got the skill. He's got the great training. He's got the good background. He's been trained by several great talents. He's also got ESP, so he would probably be a part of the psychic division of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. Where especially if they bring in for interrogation and this guy is taking too long, we need Takashi. Bring him in, and this is what he's hiding. But yeah, definitely Takashi Takeda. Well, so there you guys have it, guys. I chose 10 characters who I feel would make great S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, or agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I very much enjoyed doing this. Now, as for the person who asked for this, once again, another request from the Princess of Geeks, my friend Serena Sampson. She requested this once again. Thank you, Serena, for the request. I had a lot of fun doing this, as always, when I do non-comic lineup. And I will be back again with another one. We are down to the wires. It's getting to the first season wraps up. Working very hard on a lineup for season 2. And I hope you guys enjoy. And other than that, this is Mount Vernon Kid, the I'm the Geek High Lord of New York, the Honorable Warrior himself, saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. I'll catch you guys down the road, as always, and thank you for watching Non-Comic Lineup. I'll see you guys next time with another episode. Take care.